Proper damn gentleman. Oh, these are new. These are new, huh? A proper damn gentleman. From Mute. A transcription fragment of a conversation held with Smith Sang-jung. Oh, that was how I knew shit had gotten serious. He actually agreed to let me pick the drinking house we went to. My oldest brother only ever humors me when he's really trying to get on my good side. It's never a good sign. Well, I mean, it's good for him, but certainly not for him. And it's good for me, but certainly not for him. I'm sure a classy lady such as yourself couldn't be familiar with this. I'm sure classy lady such as yourself wouldn't be familiar with this kind of place. Haha, no, you know the sort. Tucked away in an interior deck, lots of wood furniture that's been stained, and not intentionally, with just enough commoners milling about to give a good background soundtrack. Oh, and it's run by women, run by a woman. Nice lady too. So it's the sort of place. We arranged to meet up at the door. It's been a while, brother. I'm sorry I couldn't speak to you sooner, he said, trying to be polite. You're full of shit, I said. But hey, it's good to see you. So what do you want? I meant it, he said. He's a bad liar, so why here anyway? At that point, the owner came by, asking what we'd like. The only real thing you need to know about Ren'Py is that she's around my age. She got the biggest tits I've ever seen in my life. And she dresses like a commoner. Okay. So you can certainly see them. Oh, he said, fair enough. Beyond your finest sujo. What the hell is a sujo? I ordered. Please, she responded. You can't afford our finest. Totally not true, by the way. My reputation for being a cheap drunk? Completely unfounded, honest. I have no idea where people get these crazy ideas from. Anyway, far be it from me to argue, I just reply, maybe not, but my brother can. I mean, I knew he was going to ask me for money. That was obvious. Might as well get as much as I could out of him before giving whatever he wanted, right? Fine. We'll be sharing that, he said. Then he added, but how much to share it with you, too? With the woman? Okay. She blushed amazingly. Really. She's got a lot of practice dealing with people like my brother. But I saved her the mystery of having to flirt back with him. Do you really need more of that kind of trouble right now? With that, he let her go. Anyway, drinks came. We argued about the loose definition of finest, our server's tits, and the good old days. When father was still alive and we didn't have to work out our problems ourselves. The biggest bullshit ever, I said, is that we're expected to be responsible men here. How'd that happen? He laughed. And was now drunk enough to start taking cheap shots. Is that why you've never bothered to be one? Ouch, I said. Damn it, hurry up and power me more. I'll drink to that. He poured, but didn't say anything. All right, so what is it that you want? I'm getting the impression that you have a problem, and you want discretion because you're talking to me, right, brother? I was right. So where did you put it this time, brother? I asked. Put what? He replied. Oh, cut the shit, I said. We both know full well that all your problems in life have always, without fail, stemmed from you putting your dick somewhere you shouldn't have. Okay. He grunted in disagreement, but it's totally true. Was it at least a female this time? Damn. Swear to my father, brother was right about to punch me. Didn't though. Instead, he just downed his drink. Yeah, that's the damn problem, he said. She's saying she hasn't bled in 2 months now. A courtesan. I promised him I'd help. Better she gets bought out by me than by my brother, the High Magistrate. Less suspicious that way, and involves nothing unlawful. Believe me now? A proper damn gentleman, that's me. Okay. Ooh, ew. I don't like buttholes, viewers. I don't like buttholes. Well, this is what I told him at the time. I could have maybe, you know, done without the description of her breasts. But that kind of story was definitely pretty common for him. The part where he cleaned up after his family's mess. I mean, not the details about immoral-looking common women. And, well, drinking too. But look, that part he had good cause for. Sure, it was his ruin, but you can't blame him for that. What? I mean, the stuff he had to put up with. If you'd had it like that, I'm sure you'd do the same. It wasn't all that bad, really. We'd spend a lot of evenings drinking together. Talking long into the night. Well, he would anyway. Obviously not really so much drinking on my part. But he was the kind of man who would still pour a glass for you all the same. So the whole sarcastic thing about him being a proper gentleman, it's not sarcastic. He really was. Well, he was being sarcastic, but still. He totally, absolutely was the best damn gentleman around. I'm kind of... Who are you then? Who... Fragrance conveyed with Smith St. John. Who are you then? Are you the brother? You're not the brother. No, Mute. I think Mute. No, she's not him. She just have this dialogue. But how did she get that dialogue? And she's speaking fondly of his brother, even though he seems like he's a lousy excuse of a man. I'm sorry. Smith Sang Min. September 18th, year 313. Uncle Daiho. Look, I'm sorry about our last conversation, alright? It's like I said to you before, you just caught me at a real bad time. Sujin kept in bed rest on strict doctor's order. I'm sorry that you brought your wife all the way to get turned away like that. When I told Sujin that you had given her well wishes on her pregnancy, she was happy but sad she couldn't see you herself. Our child was just born last week, a daughter. We decided to name her Minhai, and Sujin is recovering well. Doctor said that it would be fine for her to see visitors next week. I'm sorry I got angry. If your wife still wants to see mine, or the child, or my mother, by all means, you're welcome to visit. I really hope there's no hard feelings, Uncle. Let me double check on something. I have to keep track on these family members, so... Smith Sang-min, huh? Smith Sang-min. Yeah, so when he was actually... so when he was actually, his uncle was visiting, he was visiting, you know, the day his courtesan was there, so he didn't want to allow it. Okay. He didn't want anyone to know. No luck. Smith Sang-min. February 20th, year 314. Smith, to the wife of Sang-kyu, you can probably put this more diplomatically than I can, because I'm pretty sure younger brother is still thoroughly pissed off at me. You know how he is, of course. I don't have the time to deal with that, especially when I'm already doing him a huge favor. The bad news is, I made an appeal to the captain and emperor himself personally. But he said there was no position. He was in no position, I think, that should be read, that a man of Sang-kyu's skill set could possibly fulfill. I thought it's easier to actually edit these out, like if there are some grammar error or typo errors, they could be easily fixed in these kind of games. Well, it's easier said than done, I believe. I did most certainly plead, but let's face it, what official role could that man possibly fill? He's an idiot. Don't pass on that last part, he already knows. I did, however, speak to the Park's son, and was able to convince him to forget the whole incident. It wasn't cheap, I might add. I'll continue to send your family a regular stipend, but please keep your husband under control. I can't afford to keep cleaning up after his damned fights. I know it sounds like Sang-min is just being harsh on his little brother, but I assure you, his characterization of him isn't wrong. I honestly kinda tend to avoid him. I was friends with his older brother's wife, and his younger brother was an absolute gentleman, but he was not a very nice man. He was the sort of person that the court exams were supposed to keep out in theory. Didn't work, of course. He studied just as well as his brothers. Or so Sang-jung told me. Here, you want to see the usual sort of behavior that you'd get from Smith Sang-kyu? I've added another entry, this one by the Kim son. We are, right now we're exploring kind of boring stuff and things that kind of doesn't explain a lot, to be honest. We're seeing what kind of shit they are getting from what kind of stuff they're actually been going through the Smith family. A cleric? There was a message here that actually prompts the if she can give me the history, the scandalous history. Nah, not this one. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one, yeah. That isn't what Smith Sang-jung was like at all. His death was a tragedy, and for a lesser man to make light of it. It is appalling is what it is. Can you believe this nerve? Fine, Sang-jung never married, and he liked to drink maybe a little more than was good for him. Why are you on his side? But he was a great man, clever, charming, filial, and respectful. Look, he wasn't perfect. He was as damn close as you could get, though. You wanna know what he was really like? Don't listen to a single word from the likes of Kyung-sam. Here's a more fitting description. I clicked before I read that. I'm sorry. I've added some logs that actually do him justice. You should really read them. There's a lot of trash. There's a lot of trash that we really need to read. Oh yes, him. Would you like to hear how I feel about Smith Kyung-sam? Alright, then let me be as clear as possibly can. Fuck that guy. I know I shouldn't say that about a man, not least of all a dead one, but I don't care. He didn't have any respect for the dead either, so as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't deserve any from me. There's nothing more even related to him that you need to see. All he ever did was complain about the main branch and trash the good name of a good man. That's all you need to know. You are not in position to say that. I'm trying to get the info about the dirty info about the Smiths. And that's new. The new bruise? What? Let's go ahead and continue with these messages. A visit from Sang-jung, Osojin, May 30th, year 314. My husband was out of the house, as he usually is during the day, so our servant fetched me instead to tell me that someone was at the door. I was in the middle of a conversation with Newt, but had no idea how I was expected to respond to that. "What do I do?" I asked her. She just responded in that usual, shocking, crass manner of hers. "Gee, I don't know. You could try answering the door, maybe. Just a thought, of course." So I excused her and went to do that, but with a great degree of nervousness. I had never done this before. At the door was my youngest brother-in-law, Sang-jung. Damn, it's really hard to follow those. Sang-jung. Sang-jung is his brother. Yeah, Sang-min's brother, yes? Oh, so they have 3 brothers. There are 3 brothers. They went from 3 brothers. 1, 2, 3. Who I had only met a few times before, although husband mentioned him often enough, usually in the same breath as calling him an irresponsible drunk. Seeing him did nothing short of compound my anxieties. "Hello, sir?" I stammered. "Sojin," he responds, with unbelievable volume. "It's great to see you again. Hope you don't mind my dropping by unannounced. I just figured I haven't seen my new niece yet, and it's been forever since I've been in the old house, so, well, I thought I'd stop by, say hello to your daughter." "I don't know. Sorry, my husband isn't home right now." "Maybe you should come back later," I said, shifting uncomfortably. "Oh, please, be a good girl. Let me come see her. I'm really not here for your husband." This was awkward. I didn't exactly want to turn away my brother-in-law, especially if he just wanted to see baby Minhai. But this was hardly proper. It really wouldn't be my place. Sorry. You'll have to wait until my husband gets back. I trailed off. He rolled his eyes, then smiled at me. "Really? Come now. You're a smarter woman than that," he said, and put his hand on my shoulder. This had now moved on to incredibly uncomfortable. "You really value his authority that much?" "He's my husband," I responded. "What else could I say?" He replied, "Wow, no wonder he walked all over you. If that's how you treat him. You have got a lot to learn about dealing with men, dear Sojin, especially my brother. But come on now. This is a bad conversation for a doorway. Can't I see my niece? I hear she's rather adorable." I took a deep breath. "I am sorry," I said, trying to be as bold as I could. "I'm going to have to go now. Sorry." I started to close the door on him. "Alright, I understand. I'll talk to him myself. Later. Don't worry, I won't mention this visit. Do say hello to her mother for me, though." Damn, he knows. God damn it. He said and left. My heart nearly skipped a beat when he said those words. I stood there in the doorway for a good while, stunned. Even now, I still have much to think about. Not simply his knowledge of our child's true mother, a matter of great secrecy, but also of what he said about my husband. Perhaps his words were true. Man, reading that, I just can't believe that's her. She used to be so timid. Thinking of me as having a shocked crass manner, or being afraid of her brother-in-law at the door. Well, it's all what I expected from her at the time. She just changed a whole lot as she got older. Well, honestly, maybe not as much as I thought. She might have gotten bolder behind her husband's back, but in front of him, that never really changed much. Well, what do you think? Should she have listened to Sang-jung about being less deferential to her husband? Differential? I don't understand. Should she have listened to Sang-jung about... So... she is asking me if she should have been, like... more direct about the approach of things happening. Sang-jung doesn't sound like I mean, Sang-jung, I mean, I mean the brother. Brother doesn't sound like he is, like he's a very good man, but I think he's probably right, I guess. Well, of course, Sang-jung wasn't wrong, you know. Sure, she's his wife, but absolutely no part of her responsibilities involve getting walked all over. Yep. Frankly, it would have been better for her if she had stood up to him a bit. If her husband wasn't being satisfied at home, well, I mean, I feel bad for her, but he was totally right. It's her fault? I mean, we don't know the... I mean, I don't know the details of that. Do you know? Either way, well, she did change in some ways. Would you like me to show you what I'm talking about there? I mean, just as a warning, it is some pretty scandalous stuff she was involved in. Do you want to see? I want to see! Okay then. Oh, you're going to absolutely love this. It's really, really hot. Unfortunately, it probably doesn't go into as much details as you'd like, but... well, wow, just see it for yourself. Oh god, should I raise the R-rated flag right now? It is definitely a pretty big fall for her. You'll see what I mean soon enough. I gotta be honest, viewers, I'm tempted to actually switch to Hyun. And then come back to a mute. So I'm gonna do that for now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. For now, though. For now. Hannah?